Howdy gamers, so today we're going to be taking a look at upgrading this, the Razer Blade 15 2020 Base Edition. Always fun to say. This is probably going to be applicable to more than just this specific Razer Blade, but this is the one that I'm going to be covering today. The base model actually has something the advanced model doesn't, which is an extra M.2 SSD slot. So that's going to be really nice because if you want to add additional storage, you don't have to worry about reformatting Windows or anything like that. You'll be able to keep the drive you already have and then just add additional storage to it. So we're going to be covering that and covering what the process is for upgrading RAM. That's pretty straightforward, but according to Razer, you can upgrade to 64 gigabytes of RAM. Anyway, we're going to cover that step also. So you're just going to want to make sure to have a small Phillips screwdriver bit and a Torx T5 bit. If you don't already have that, I highly recommend getting one of these cheap kits that comes with a ton of bits. It's going to be super useful not only for this, but I'm sure sometime in the future, so it's definitely worth a pickup. I'll leave something linked down below. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. If you've ever taken a peek underneath your laptop, you're going to see a bunch of exposed screws. Now this is where we're going to need our Torx T5. So go ahead and get that gently and be a little bit careful, because if you hit it with the screwdriver, you're almost certainly going to damage the coating on the laptop itself. But just go around and unscrew every single one. It should be a total of 10. Once everything is completely unscrewed, it should just gently pry open like this. If not, you might need to use a tool pick that might be included with your set that you buy and just gently pry this open. Once it starts, it should come off pretty easily. Do yourself a favor and make sure that you have the laptop off before you start. Now, once you have everything open, it should be pretty obvious where the empty slot is. Unscrew the screw that's in there, and we're just going to gently install the new drive. You're going to want to install this at a bit of an angle so that it catches, but once you do, you should get a pretty satisfying click or feel of a click. It might not be super audible, but then hold it down and reinstall the screw that we just removed, and that pretty much is the install of additional space. So super easy. Moving on to the memory, gently press on the tabs on either side at the same time. That will release the DIMM modules. Once you have those out of the way, go ahead and grab your brand new, totally not the same exact ones that I just uninstalled, and put them inside the slot. Push down gently at the same time on either side, and you will hear and feel the clips clip into place. The only thing that you really want to look out for is to make sure that you're aligning this properly. Look at the keying, because if you do it the opposite way, it will just not go in. So if you feel any resistance, definitely double check to make sure it's keyed correctly. Plop it in, and it should just be super easy. Now that we're done with the super hard work of upgrading our laptop, we're going to want to reinstall the bottom cover. Just place that back in there. Screw in the 10 screws that we unscrewed earlier and turn on the machine. Once we're on, we're going to want to check Windows Explorer to see if our brand new drive is showing up there. If it's not, then we might be able to pull it up in disk management. And once we have that open, just scroll down on the right hand side to see if you see any uninitiated drives. If so, you can just create a simple volume and you should be good to go. When we're talking about the memory upgrades, we can just check that with Task Manager. So open that up, go to the Performance tab, and it'll show you right away in the Performance tab how much memory you have right there. But you can also click on there and it'll show you the available RAM that you have available. And at the top, it'll show you flat out how much you have installed. If everything went according to plan, you should have additional storage. The only other configuration that you might need to do is set up new Steam folders or what have you, and make sure to point them to the other location on your secondary drive. That's what I have mine set to, and it works pretty darn well. Now, if you have any other issues, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll do what I can to help, but for the most part, I think this should be pretty plug and play. If you have any other questions, anything you want to see about this laptop, leave a comment down below and I'll see if I can get to it, because again, this is my personal device that I paid my own money for, so I'm definitely interested in seeing how this keeps up alongside you guys. If any of this was helpful, definitely subscribe to this channel, and other than that, have a good day. See ya.